Did any of you lot watch The Great Hack?
I watched. If I'm being honest, I watched 47 or 37 minutes of it before I started Lips with My Girl. But yeah, like it was.
My brother.
Did you watch it? Did any of you watch
it? No, but it's amazing, man. I got it though.
You don't know what? Oh my God.
I got it, and I thought
it is very interesting.
I got it straight away. I just thought they went into so much depth. So you really have to sit there and just take into account everything they're telling you about.
I'm gonna just try and explain it in a nutshell, especially for people who haven't watched it yet. Basically, it's a documentary. Yeah, it's on Netflix, and it's basically about a guy who is exploring what happened politically in America with Donald Trump in particular, becoming president, and how it happened, but how they used Facebook and Google to manipulate people's vote. And it was a company called Cambridge Analytical, and they was explaining exactly how they do it. So, for example, what they do, they'll they use Facebook and Google to track your behavior, to trace your behavior. So they'll look at things like your purchases, locations, searches, who you interact with, what you interact with, and all of these different types of things. And how we move, or how a lot of people move, is quite predictable. So your routine on a usual week might be the same, especially if you have a 9 to 5. If you get up at a certain time, you brush your teeth at a certain time, you eat at a certain time, you leave your house, you tap your Oyster card, usually around a certain time, you go to work, you do all of these type of things, and it's the same all of the time. So it's I remember even when the Oyster card was coming up, and some people were proper anti Oyster card because they was I don't want the government to necessarily know what I'm doing, where I'm going, or whatever. And what they then do is they just make the Oyster card cheaper and make the ticket mad expensive, so that it's it's a mad inconvenience for you to even just get a ticket. And then after a while, it just becomes a big expense. But it's a way for them to track you. And then you have some people that are cool, I don't even really, I'm not doing anything negative anyway, so it's okay. I don't mind people tracking me. But with Facebook, so what they do is and Google, they track all of that, and they use they start using hyper targeted adverts at you, right? So then they can work out whether you are a person who is whether you've kind of in your mind been sold on who you're going to vote for anyway, or whether you're a persuadable. And there's certain amount of persuadable, so they divide everything up, and they're okay, they know that you're probably going to vote for this person, you're probably going to vote for that person, but there's a whole bunch of people in the middle here that are persuadables. We can persuade them. So what Cambridge Analytica did, they spent millions of pounds a day. I think in this country, you might know this, in this country, there's only a certain amount of money that they can spend on advertising, isn't it? When you're doing a political campaign.
Yeah.
With them, they can spend as much as they want. And with Facebook, you can do whatever the fuck
targeted
you want.
Ads and
So they spent £1 million every day targeting persuadables, But what they were doing is they were showing you you're persuadable. And they was alright, cool. They started showing you things about immigrants in Turkey that are coming over here, and all of that stuff.
I'm easily gullible to.
So if that comes up on your feed every day, that these people are invading your country and these are the things that are going to happen, in your mind, you're going to start thinking to yourself, bro, what the fuck with these Turkish people coming in, doing all of this fucking shit and all of that stuff, But also, what then happens is your search engine or your feed is completely different to mine. Because you might say to me, Dan might say to me, Chuck, did you see that advert that has got blah, blah, and I go on my thing and I can't find it. Because they ain't sent that to me. But they sent it to you because you're persuadable. It's crazy. And they said that they were the same guy, that was responsible with doing it with the Trump campaign, did it with Brexit as well.
This was all over LBC as well, that's where, when you mentioned Cambridge Analytica,
it was all over everything.
That's where I clocked that from.
What made them burst the case open on that?
Go, wait 1 second. What was you going to say something?
Oh yeah, no, I was just going to say that is basically every major company, every major media agency does exactly what they did. But these guys shifted.
But one of the reasons why it was a big thing is because essentially it's money. So like your data that is being used, to do all of this is being sold from them to other companies so that they can target ads to you. So I think the guy was basically saying, give me my data back. I want my shit back. How can I get it back? But then you obviously you can't. They're not gonna fucking do all that.
Data has gone past the value of oil.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Are you hearing that?
That is fucking insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, Cambridge Analytical have 5,000 data points on everyone apparently.
5,000 data points.
Data points.
They're out here.
And so what because I missed this part in the documentary. What is one data point? Is one data point when I go on Google and I say Christine's YouTube page? Is that 1 point?
No, I'm not too sure about that, but
I think it's
an
more
example. I think like it, and a data point would be, you live in this postcode, your age is this.
It's
not necessarily you search.
It's a bundle.
Yeah, that's true.
But it might be you
personal
are
info.
interested in this area,
of course,
or something like that.
Yeah.
But believe me, beyond those 5,000 data points, there's another 1,000 to support each point.
Yeah.
I was working in like a big, I don't know if I can really use their name, but I was working in like a big company, and literally one of the days he sat me down, and basically everything that you just mentioned of what that Cambridge Analytica do, that's just what he's in charge of doing every day in terms of getting people drawn in. And that is what every major company, every major brand, this is what they do. But the only difference was it had never been done in a political way.
Exactly. That was one of the things, innit? It was that like they would the way that they were doing it to sort of persuade people. I think I watched a TED talk with one woman who was saying that she went to Wales, right, and like in this particular place in Wales, she was having conversations with people about like stuff, and like people were saying to her, "Oh yeah, I can't stand these fucking immigrants, Wow. And then she was like, "But there's not one immigrant here." Like, and when she did the stat, that like the part that she was in Wales had like literally the lowest amount of. So she was like, "How? Like, why are people thinking this way?" But they're persuadables.
Yeah,
you can like those type of people. You could go to them and just feed them, especially a certain age demographic as well. Yeah, you could feed them that type of stuff, and they'll panic very quickly.
Yeah,
because the internet to them as well, to a lot of people, is like. I feel like there's an element of the internet to that generation that is still very new to them, purely because they spent a lot of their life without using the internet. Yeah. Do you get me? So now when you're like 45 years old or 50 years old and like Facebook is kind of the thing, and you're connecting with like your old school friends from like 30 years ago and all of that stuff, and you know you're the person who usually types like this on the thing. What? You're definitely a persuadable.
So you know, like after school, you used to run home and log on to MSN, and you're super gassed. Like this is their version of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Their version of that, linking up. What I will say though about the persuadables is, I feel like what you're saying. So are you suggesting that most of the persuadables are the elder demographic? Because
I didn't think about it like that. Maybe
because they care more. Maybe
because I would say
think youngers don't care.
I would say the persuadables is basically the crux of it all, where every demographic is there. Because the problem is, you know, it's so interesting. You were mentioning urban myths, right? So someone tells you something and you don't follow up on it with your own research or facts, and I think that's what it was. So on Facebook, you'll get a video of this immigrant doing this, and that will now become your fact. So you won't look at it and go, wait, hold on. They're saying this happened yesterday. This video was from 2004 and it was nothing to do with this. Yeah. You won't look at that. What you'll do is you'll go, right, did you see this? And they'll go, oh no, what was it? And it goes, oh, some Turkish guys mugged this old lady. Yeah. All Turkish people are just, apparently they're coming over and they're going to take over. So now, now you've gone, my mate has just told me this. So no one's doing their own research.
See, that coincides with what happened with the Moroccan thing that's been going on. Did you see how girls almost got kidnapped in a taxi? They got taken to a different address, and then they got made public. They went to the police and everything. They're telling everyone, look out for these guys that are kidnapping girls in Morocco. But then I wanted to tell everyone, bro, this happens everywhere. And then everyone was just pointing a finger at Morocco. Don't go Morocco. But Morocco's a beautiful place.
It's just about causing moral panic. That's
what definitely.
They
it's so interesting.
It's putting fear into people. and they're targeting one group. So now it's Moroccans, it's Moroccan men, it's Morocco the country. They're just like, don't go near them.
Don't you? I feel like fear dictates
100%.
just country. Like
Fear,
it just dictates everything.
Yeah.
Because people's reactions sometimes are a lot based on fear when it comes, especially when it's being pumped at you. And it's mad as well because in my mind it's like it's easy to con someone than to convince them that they're being conned.
100%.
Do you get what I'm saying? So you tell them something and then they can just grab that, but then when you try to convince them that this is not really what it really is, it's harder to convince them of that than whatever.
Because once you've instilled fear, and also on top of fear, once you instill in them like not knowing, so you know how you said you like clarity. If you don't have clarity, you're all over the place. For them as well, not only are you giving them fear, but you're not giving them the bigger picture. You leave them to fester in their own mind.
Yeah,
that's why this world is run. I think this world is run on fear. Because if we talk about it, no one fucks with Korea or Russia because they got nuclear fucking...
They're not on it.
Oh, that's exactly.
They're not going to entertain
bro, that's
you.
fear.
Yeah.
You want to talk about
and
that,
what
bro,
Kim was telling man from long time as well, Listen, Kim was on that from letting man know.
Early.
Look, right, we may not see eye to eye, but say something.
Yeah.
Just say it, innit? Yeah. And this is the thing. And do you know what? Do you know why? It's not funny. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny to a degree. The reason why is because I remember like certain man when they first bought their thing. So when they had their thing, their whole thing was let's have a conversation now. You know, like before, man weren't really saying nothing, yeah. But when a man rang them and said, you know what, I got the five bills, whatever, a bag, whatever it is, a man's gone and bought that, yeah. And he's got that planted now. The whole thing becomes very different.
He's ready to go to the dance on another level.
Yeah, when you go to the dance, it's so different. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I've come to the dance now, but I'm dying for a man to tell me something. And this is the thing, bro.
Yeah, listen, listen. If he's got the heat, he'll start budging people that aren't even near him.
Fam, do you know what? Yeah, there certain dude in particular as well. Yeah, was like. I remember him in a dance. He's come to the dance, as soon as it was a thing, he wasn't on that whole, like the whole commotion and then, the chest pumping and it's like something's going to happen, but it's not really going to happen. And man ain't really on it. He was kind of on a thing of, is that what that is? All right, cool. Hold on 1 second. Man's gone to the thing and come back and been like, are we still having this now? Are we still having that? And the thing is, you know what? To be honest with you, he doesn't want to bark. He don't want to bark it. But he wants everybody to know this is what it is. And if it has to be that, then I'm going to do that. Yeah. And that's what Kim's been on. Kim's been on this whole thing of, I don't want to do it.
I don't want to have to push a button.
So, and fear.
I don't want to have to push a button.
Do you know the thing about Kim is? The reason, because Iran have been like that for a while as well. Iran is like, listen, mandem, we're Persian. We'll write poems for our women in our blood. We're that passionate. So imagine if you piss us off, we're gonna dance. We are gonna dance. Yeah. So they try and impose sanctions on Iran, and where Iran are like, yeah, you can do all of that. Impose your sanctions. No one can trade with us. But if you go too far, we're gonna pop it off like it's 1999. You know what I mean? So
crazy.
Strong.
That's the.
Do you know what though? Back on the data thing, I remember I was working for a woman, and I remember her saying to me like time ago, she was like, listen, you need to create a street team. She's like, I want you to create a street team for this company or whatever, we just need people's email addresses and all of that. And I never really took it that seriously because I didn't really want to. I like the idea of running a street team. But I didn't. Yeah, that was sick. It just felt like that's the bonus point.
Leader of the street team.
Yeah, exactly. I told my girl like, I run.
Man's got a street team. You know
what I was saying? Yeah, bro. That you get me. Like the lips is wicked that night. So anyway, boom. So anyway, but she's like, oh, boom, fucking go out there and just collect data and that. She used to always go out, tell us to go places and collect data, and she was so big on data. She was telling me, trust me, try to get as much data as possible because this is the thing now. And the fact that she saw it so early, like, and I see these things that are happening now, whatever. I always go back to them conversations with her and I think, wow, like, God knows how much data she must have now, and maybe she might even have sold it.
Maybe.
Because that's the thing. If you've collected all, I don't know how valuable emails are now. Maybe they still are very valuable, isn't it?
Always valuable, Chucky, bro.
Should I get
That's
spam?
Data, fam. That is personal.
What's this GDPR that's come out? It's this big thing now. Oh my God, I can't do anything without signing a contract at work without GDPR. All our clients are like, you have to make sure you get a GDPR consent.
What is that?
It's about data and protecting. That's what it's about. It's about protecting data. Like in most HR company, in most companies, it's the HR who like forced this on you to make sure that you've got like assigned GDPR.
Human resources.
Yeah.
So what have you?
So that whatever data you give a company or whatever data you give someone who's going to go back to the company, whatever you sign, you're basically agreeing that they're going to have your details and they're going to have.
They can do what they want with it.
No, they can't, because there's like a whole terms and conditions
Yeah,
about them
have-
protecting.
So they
your
can
data.
have your details, they just can't do
'Cause
madnesses
the
with
thing
it.
is, it's about protecting the data. It's not about just giving it to them. They have to now protect your data.
Okay.
So it's this big thing that started recently.
Isn't that good?
It is
That's
a good thing, but
amazing.
that's
It is
why.
good,
But it's kind of like
thing.
putting a plaster on someone who's just had their chest opened.
That's what I'm saying. I feel
It's
like
gone
it's just
too
late
far.
now because it's just gone too far.
Yeah, it
All this
doesn't matter
stuff,
now,
like,
is
what's
it?
the point?
Yeah, that plaster's not.
What
Well,
they're
this is-
doing is, no, if you've been cut and I've applied the pressure with a little towel t-shirt, that's what that data protects.
Well, it goes back to like.
Like a tampon and it's on
Because
the
I
road.
was watching a thing on YouTube,
Heavy
yeah,
flow.
where there's like a company called like, I can't even remember what it's called, but then they have this thing where you can download it. It's like a search engine or whatever where your stuff is still protected. But then I just think, it's gone a bit too far now.
Bro, what's this
It's
thing
not
I'm
really
hearing? Okay, I hear everywhere the Data Protection Act. What does that mean?
That's
Oh,
GDPR.
Is that it?
GDPR.
That's the
GDPR.
protection
Yeah.
regulation.
Yeah.
That does
Exactly.
that don't work, bro.
Do you
I don't
know
think
that?
that even
Nothing
works.
is being regulated.
I don't think that even
Nothing's
works.
been regulated.
I think
All
that
your-
makes them valuable because they hold so much data.
This year.
Yeah,
That
it's
only
been
that
this year.
general data protection regulation only came into effect this year. Before that, it was pretty much.
I'm
everyone could
pretty
do
sure
what the
I
fuck
heard
they
that
want.
saying a couple
Yeah.
years ago. Like,
Yeah,
under
they-
the
they-
Data
It's been
Protection Act.
spoken about and
For
getting ready
years.
Oh,
For years. Do you
But
know what
that
though?
only
I've been
started
on
recently.
Sadiq Khan actually about this, which is not so much his problem, yeah, but it is because it obviously
It
existed
is way
before him.
above his pay grade.
But it was no, of course it is. But he still was talking about doing something about it, which was the data protection for performers, because we as a DJ for years, yeah, a promoter will come to me and say, oh, yeah, I want to book you for an event, and I'm like, okay, cool, and they say, all right, cool, can I get your email address, your home address, your date of birth,
Your
your
home
telephone
address?
number, yeah, everything,
They need
and
it
then
for
what they
the
do is, yeah, it's they do that so that they can work out whether you're low risk or high risk. So like one time when I got banned from playing in a particular area, yeah, if I filled out a risk assessment, I was failing it. I weren't allowed to play there. But I never liked the idea of a man saying to me, oh, can I these promoters that are hitting me up, I don't
Will
even
you
know
play
them.
Bashment? Yes.
I don't even know
Nope,
them.
not
And on
here.
top of that, I sometimes have to send a picture of my fucking driving license
What?
and that. That's mad. You could probably access my bank account.
Literally.
Big man. You're giving everything
apart
to
from
them.
the NI number, basically, you have to give over.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they said that they're going to stop
form
doing
is
it.
gone now.
They said they're going to stop doing it. But I'm still having to fill some of these shits out.
Was this the 696?
Yeah.
Yeah, 696.
This was that, yeah.
Yeah. Vice did the documentary on it. Or
Yeah,
Noisy.
yo, that is mad. You had to give all that information.
all that
A
information,
lot
bro.
of fucking-
Like that's
Just to play at the
that's
venue.
information you need to
Innit?
give when you're applying for a visa somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. You needed a visa to play at night.
Fam.
But then all of that is data, and then you think, where is all of this going anyway? Okay, these lot keep it, they have it, that's data. How many people have they got doing that? And then then it just gets shot to whoever. There's nothing.
Watch this
new-
at work. Don't you have to show them a passport photocopy sometimes if you
Yep.
start a new job? So they've got your passport number, everything. They got all your
That's
details.
the tax reasons as well, yeah.
That is crazy.
But
There's
then-
nothing new can do.
That's
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah. We're
about
out
to,
there
I was
to-
just about to say we can say all we want, but
There's nothing you can
our
do.
data's flying out there. These companies know what they want to do with it, and we're just gonna keep getting sold to. Really,
I just want to buy my
And-
search history.
And also,
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
That's it. I just want to
Yo,
buy my search
shit.
history. My whole search history.
but the thing is, no matter how you even try to navigate it, it just will become a big inconvenience and then more expensive, and then you just have to just give in anyway. So I remember watching something on WorldStar about how they were saying like how the world is going to be in like however many years. It was like a couple 100 years or some shit, yeah. And it's like obviously nothing. You don't have no cash, which is we can see that's where that's going anyway.
No more, yeah.
But it was like literally, like you have like a thing in your body, yeah, which activates everything. So you go say for example, yeah, even down to things like you're gonna pay for something. Obviously, just use your finger.
Well, you might think that's sick.
Yeah,
he loves it. He loves technology, bro. This bro's high tech.
I don't particularly like the idea.
It's effectively taking my wallet, getting rid of it, and putting it there.
And then instead of going,
but I don't.
It's traceable.
Can I be honest with you? I like cash. I like cash.
From the end.
I've always liked having cash. Yeah. Okay. I'm like the Floyd Mayweather thing, sitting down with 100 million, counting it. Obviously not. I've always thought, Floyd, why don't you just put it in the bank and you're gonna go there? It's long. But you know what? Couple £100 or a bag or whatever it is, I've always been cool with having cash. That's not even a problem.
DJs,
for me.
They're like,
I don't have a problem with like.
Bruv. They get money in, they get cash in hand, so they like that.
I don't have a problem with tapping my Oyster card. Okay, cool. I could tap my finger and all of that. That's cool. I could top up my finger or whatever the fuck it is.
That is wild.
But then I know that is mad to me. But then what it said on this thing was that like if the police want you, everything shuts down. So
mad.
You can't. Mad. So now
just don't break the fucking law and you're good.
Let me finish. Yeah. So things like literally down to like if you go to Tesco's, the door's not opening, fam.
Oh, but listen.
That's where
they're taking my freedom away. They're not even here.
That's why I feel like.
Nah, you man were gassed a second ago.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
so you remember? You can't.
Gas.
This is the thing is you can't have. No, but okay. So this is the thing. This is perfect. It's perfect that you said that. Yeah. Wait. It's perfect that you said that. Because not everyone that is arrested or goes to jail has broken the law.
Yeah.
So imagine, you haven't even done anything wrong. You leave your yard and you can't even go and buy a sandwich.
Yeah.
So it's a big passer now. You can't go. You can't jump on a bus. You got to stand in the street and wait for the police to come and get you to have a conversation with you about some dumb stupid
mad
shit.
to have just a policeman.
But also, why is everything?
But you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, but why is everything got to be digitalized? Like,
they need control. There's a hidden agenda.
It's control, which is the main
population
thing. Yeah.
That's control. Definitely. It's
control. And here's the problem: no matter how far I go to opt out of that, eventually they're gonna make it so difficult to live the other way that for the sake of convenience and affordability, you're gonna, you know what I mean?
This is to monitor world population.
When you tap into people's,
have everything.
When you tap into people's like that side of just the convenience, you can get people to do all types of shit. So people will make it seem as though do this because I'm doing it for you. Like this is, you know what I mean? Just do it. You might as well sign up to that because I'm doing it for you. It's simple. All you gotta do is this, and when you turn up there, you just tap that and do this or whatever. But if you do it the other way, it's gonna cost you X amount of P's. So then you think, oh, do you know what? I might as well. But while they're doing that, they're using it to control you. However, do you know what it is? We can't do nothing about it.
There you go.
So we're gonna get controlled. Yeah. We are controlled, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's not one thing that we can do about it. We just gotta bend over and get fucked.
We don't have no say.
We just gotta bend over and get fucked. But you gotta enjoy your life at the same time.
Exactly, bro. Just enjoy it while you're here, man.
I think this is the good thing about coming from like the East as well, because the East is about, you know, in some aspects they're still about 20-30 years away.
East Coast,
so in not East London, like the east of the world. So like in 10 years time, if man try and tell me that we're gonna try and control you and it gets too much for me, I might just move to Pakistan. I'll be 20 years behind. By that time, I'll be 50,
if everyone
60.
went back home, the people would take care of their own people. I feel like it would be like that.
That's why I love. That's the element of what I love about Jamaica so much is that, okay, of course, there's like the digitalized stuff and whatever, but do you know how the peace and tranquility you get from being in the fucking hills?
Bro, I heard man living to 100 over there in the hills.
And like you're growing your own fruits and stuff like that, and there's no water planted, put in your shit. There's seeds in your fruit. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's nuts, man. I don't know.
Really and truly, we're losing as city people, like as just city guys.
How much of our brain are we really using if they're making everything convenient for us?
Our brains are being fried, boy, while we're in the city. While we're in a city establishment like this, just buildings and technology. Bro, we're frying our brains.
Yeah. I went away for a week and I deleted Instagram and I didn't touch my phone for like 5 days.
I went on holiday.
And it was really nice.
And I came
Go on,
offline
sorry, Callum.
7
it was
days.
really nice. I went away for a week and I deleted Instagram and I didn't touch my phone for like 5 days of that.
Beautiful.
And it was really, really good. I feel amazing still.
I won't lie. When I'm with my partner, I don't care about anything.
I agree.
Like,
I'm the same.
I'm there.
Skitzilla.
It's nuts,
I'm the
bro.
same.
And then I'm hitting back everyone later in the day. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, like, because that's not my main
I've just got to
concern.
the
When
point
you're
where
by yourself,
yeah.
this is your
I don't
entertainment.
care if I don't get back to you for 5 hours. Okay, cool.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying.
And what, like, if you have an issue with that, that's on you, not on me.
That's not my
I hate
bad.
people
Who are
complain
you
like
to
that.
like demand my response?
I've never out of office so hard like I did in the last 3 weeks. Like
Yeah.
I was literally waking up like, should I? Nope. Like I was just.
Did you kind of get to a point where you've done it for X amount of days? Yeah, you just don't even, you really don't even want to do it now. You don't even want to
My
tap
bro, honestly, I was literally saying, wow, why can't life just always be like this?
Oh, I didn't.
But I just woke up, I was on an island, I was having a mango, and then someone gave me a red banana.
Bro, when you
I was like, red banana.
experience
They were like, yeah, red
nature,
banana. I had a banana.
I've never seen a red
when you go
diving.
barefoot, yeah, when you go
in the
barefoot in
sand.
nature,
Yeah.
you are
Barefoot in the sand
feeding
on
the
the beach in
energy.
the
You are
water.
feeding
Oh
your
my
spirit, the earth's energy. These trainers block all energy receptors that go into
Well, we're
our body,
fucking all
bro.
of that up,
Bro.
by the way.
When
All
you're
this
in the sea,
pavement
the
and
waves
shit that's
just
covering
move.
earth. Put your foot on some grass, rude boy. Sit in the sea for an hour.
Hug a tree.
Hug a tree, my guy.
Hug a tree. Lay in the sea, feel the waves move.
Bro, everything. That
Skits
is,
2020.
it's so rejuvenating
Legit.
for your soul, Chucky. To do
Talking
all those
about
things.
trees, have you seen what's going on in
in the
Brazil.
Amazon,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
My heart is
Smart.
crying out for that place there.
I don't understand how it was just ignored for so long.
I
Not
think
been
something
ignored,
was it
it's
to
been
do
blocked.
was it
You-
to do with the
So-
Brazilian president wanting to deforestation?
I don't know who's behind it, but apparently
So
what
stupid.
is happening is that some people want land to be able to grow different, or not grow, but breed cattle or whatever.
Bro.
So they're getting rid of bare trees.
That is
That's what I've heard
20%
anyway.
of the
Like,
world's
that's okay.
oxygen
Go on,
coming
Christine.
from there.
I just think that's a joke in such a crucial time of global warming where people are saying in the next 50 years, that's it, we can never go back. For something like this to happen now is just, it's insane.
Well, as long as there's money.
Yeah, that's what they care
Because
about.
like money overrules everything. So like if let's say you
Can
can.
money save the earth though, my guy?
No, it can't. But that's
That's
the
what
thing.
he's saying.
But that's the thing. The company, the CEO that's owning the company goes like, oh well, how long have we got? Someone's gonna say, or 100 years. He's gonna go.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Make
I'm
this
done.
money.
I'm done.
Arrow,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
so that's the. That's
And another
the
thing again, the 5G thing that's going on.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that? So
Bro,
what's
they're
that
lowering
about?
life expectancy already with the
What is that?
5G. They're putting up cell block towers for 5G now. They're installing it
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, I heard about that.
Bruv, have you seen what it did to the tree? It
No.
melted half the tree.
Stop.
Like just they watched it. They watched over 30 days of what the cell tower would do. They looked at the side of the tree. It was all gone, burnt off.
Serious.
Oh, I remember. Yes,
and
I've
5G
seen this.
is already too much for our body frequencies.
Mitch has been speaking about that for
So
months.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just
So
gonna
so
say.
so, wow. So that means that fucking the percentage
The
of things
radiation
like
in the air.
cancer and stuff like that is going to be
Mad.
mad, and it's already
Increase.
crazy.
Become